We want to say one thing very loud and clear to the country, that foster children are not criminals. They're not delinquents. They are children that are in desperate need of love and care and support. Our foster care system in many ways works beautifully, and in some ways needs, of course, to be fixed and repaired and strengthened. But overall, the foster care system should at all times be temporary. It's a temporary place for children to go to be protected and healed and nurtured until they can be returned to their birth family or to their extended family with sibling groups intact, or until they can be processed to a kinship adoption. In 1990, we only adopted, Mr. President, 14,000 children out of foster care. Last year, or the year of record, 2010, we adopted 53,000. It is really more than a tripling of adoptions out of foster care. So again, we've had more adoptions out of foster care. We've had more reunifications out of foster care. We have shortened the time that children are in foster care, but we still, and in this month of May, still have many challenges, Mr. President, and that's why Senator Grassley and I want to urge our colleagues to join us in this resolution, Resolution 462, be a co-sponsor. Step up and to say by your co-sponsorship that you care about this issue, that you want to help us continue to make progress. As Senator Grassley said, we're making progress with helping our children that age out, that we failed to reunite them with their birth family. We failed to find them an adoptive home. They're aging out, but we're trying to give them more help and support. That is still a challenge. Some of our members are working on foster children and school choice. If foster kids or the children are brought into the foster care system, they're separated from their families, it's quite traumatic. Of course, it's for their own good. Sometimes their families are being abusive. Sometimes their families are being grossly negligent. Sometimes they're, unfortunately in this day and age, sometimes their families are deported and they're there in the home alone. We also want to make sure that the children get to stay at least in the school of their choice. I mean, it's one thing to be pulled from your family. It's another thing to have to lose your family one day and your school the next day, and all of your teachers, all of your friends. So there's legislation pending that would give foster children the opportunity to stay in the school that they're in when they enter care, if that's their choice. That would be a great reform. We also want to continue to promote kinship adoption, reaching out to the extended family, trying to keep children placed in their extended families that are willing and responsible to raise them, but not placing children with kin if the kin or the relatives are not responsible and not willing. That is not a solution. And then finally, we want to promote quality foster families. This is a problem that is easily solvable. It seems like it's a lot, this number, 450 some odd thousand children, but it represents only 1/2 of 1% of all children in America. This is not a big number. Sounds like it when you say 450,000, but the percentage, 1/2 of 1%. We calculated one day, just on the back of a napkin, if one family for every 4 churches in America would say yes to taking in a foster child, or to adopt a child out of foster care, there would be no more orphans in our country. Again, one family out of every 4 churches, if we stepped up for the children that are available for adoption, we would have no more orphans in America. And then we could focus on recruiting quality foster families that can help these children to find their way back to their biological families with their sibling groups intact, or find their way to a new family that will love them and nurture them and protect them and support them forever, because that's what families do.